welcome.
Good thing you text me. It's a good thing.
Okay, let's get started, Mary Rose.
All righty, let me start the recording.
Could Dave's iPhone mute yourself, please?
Hold on.
There's some feedback coming from you.
There we go. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, are we recording?
We are.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. This is Brendan Magnan, Chair of the Milford Inlands Wetlands Commission, or agency. I'd like to welcome everyone to the meeting. I'd like to call to order the December 3rd, 2025 regular meeting of the agency. Lisa, please call the roll with the note that Steve Munson and Matthew Connors are both excused.
Daniel Bedecker,
Here.
Renji Bahav,
Here.
Brian Black,
Here.
Jim Connors,
There.
Nick Ritchie,
Here.
Julie Valvo,
Here.
Buddy Field,
Here.
Ray Gradwell,
Here.
Brendan Magnan.
Here, thank you. Mr. Field, can you serve as voting alternate this evening?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We actually have two openings this evening, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
thank you. Just I was counting. Thank you so much, Mary Rose. And Commissioner Gradwell, can you also serve as voting alternate this evening?
Yep. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone again. Just a few reminders before we get started, or as we get started. This meeting is being recorded and will be made available on the City of Milford's website in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act and Governor Lamont's executive orders. It's actually being broadcast on YouTube as we speak as well. During this evening's meeting and proceedings, please focus your input and attention to the matters of the Inland Wetlands Agency, that being brooks, wetlands, rivers, flooding, and wetland habitat. Zoning issues are out of our purview. Please, when you're to the members of the public and the application teams, please be sure to state your name and address when recognized by me the first time, and that way we have a clean record. Could I ask everyone to unmute yourselves for the Pledge of Allegiance? If Mary Rose could show the flag, we could all stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To
the
flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands
one
which
nation,
stands
nation,
God,
nation,
indivisible,
God,
liberty and
liberty
justice for all.
and
and justice for all.
Great, thanks everybody. If everyone could go on mute until recognized by me, that would be great. At this time, I would invite anyone from the public to address the agency to please let me know if you want to speak to something on topics not otherwise on the agenda.
This is.
Mary Rose, can you
Yep.
please mute Mr. Connors?
Yep.
Is there anyone here wishing to speak to items not on the agenda? Seeing none, Mary Rose, could you please introduce item D1, please?
Yes. Second. Item D1 is IW 250054. It's 470 to 488 Wheelers Farms Road. It's the proposal by Wheelers Farms Developers LLC for redevelopment of a mixed-use community with construction, grading, and mitigation work in and within 150 feet of a wetland and watercourse in the Wepwag River watershed. City engineer and I have met with the applicant, and they are continuing to work with the city engineer to get the plans finalized. We anticipate that to be done sometime next week. They have granted us a 14-day extension to the 65-day review period to December 17th. Patrick O'Leary and Darren Overton are here this evening. If you would like to ask any questions, if anybody has any outstanding things they'd like to know about the project. But I would anticipate we'll have a finalized report from the city engineer sometime late next week.
Thank you, Mary Rose. Mr. O'Leary, is there anything you'd like to add to the record that Mayor Rose did not cover?
No, excuse me, Patrick O'Leary, 20 Hillcrest Drive, Ashford, Connecticut. Mary Rose covered everything fully and completely. We're working closely with the engineer and staff. We listened carefully to the commission's comments 2 weeks ago, and we concur absolutely with the comments. We looked hard at the wetlands. It's an important resource for the community and for us as well in developing this site. So we've added another water quality unit where the outfall of the line is from the garage, reinforced soil erosion controls around the wetlands, listened to the comments and have tried to address comments and manage plantings so they don't interfere with snow plowing. And we look forward to working with the commission in 2 weeks, Mr. Chairman, to hopefully bring this to close.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. O'Leary. Do your best to get the plans to the city engineer in advance of the meeting so that he has time to review and comment so that we have the benefit of his review. Otherwise, we will find ourselves in a situation of having to request an extension.
Understood, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. At this time, I don't believe there's any additional information that anyone has, unless there is. I believe you would have raised that to Mayor Rose, but just checking. No new information, no new concerns from anyone?
No, I haven't received any new concerns. The only thing we didn't mention is I had spoken with Megan Fogarty about the educational signage. It is on the new set of draft plans and will be on the final, and we'll have the verbiage for that signage in 2 weeks.
Great. Thanks for working with us, Mr. O'Leary. It sounds like we'll get the benefit of the revised plans, which will address all of the concerns that we voiced 2 weeks ago. So with this in mind, I suggest we move on and take no action this evening. Item E1, Mayor Rose, can you introduce this one, please?
Yep. Give me 1 second. An overview of the site. Item E1 is IW 250061. It's 460 Bick Drive. It's a proposal by Garden Homes Management for a 76-unit 830G development with approximately 12,580 square feet of work proposed within 150 feet of an off-site wetland. That's an estimated number. This is a wetland that is shown on our inland wetland maps, similar to other projects we've seen this year. The wetland is located roughly, pardon me while I change screens, roughly in this area. And in this area on the screen that I'm circling now is a large detention basin that's proposed with some serious grading work. So concerns are that this area is protected, the wetlands here are protected. There are wetlands across the street and some catch basins that we want to make sure are protected so that, we don't have any siltation, and the applicant's working towards that. It has been put into the city engineer for review. We would anticipate that probably later next week, earlier the following week. We do have Attorney Thomas Lynch here this evening representing the project.
Great. Mr. Lynch, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Great to see everybody, and happy holidays to all. So this is a project that was actually approved by Superior Court action back in 2017. We have in our file the 2014 letter from the IWA saying that since there was no proposed activity within 150 feet of the Housatonic River watershed area, that there was no action deemed necessary by the IWA. I understand from speaking to Mary Rose that the board now is looking for any project that has activity within 150 feet of the upland review area of a wetland falls under jurisdiction of a permit. So we're working with her on that. Steve Trink has put together this project. Greg Podlisky is reviewing, And there may be some recommendations as to erosion and sediment control measures necessary that the city engineer may recommend, and we're fully willing to comply with all of that. So hopefully we'll get a report back from the city engineer. Just as an overview, this originally was a apartment building consisting of 257 units as approved by court action pursuant to Section 830G of the general statutes. My client has now revised the plans to propose manufactured homes on site. I believe it's 74 units. So it's a far reduced density in terms of use of the site, but again, falling under your purview and your review. So whatever the agency is going to require, we'll comply with.
Great, thanks, Thomas, or Mr. Lynch. Mayor Rose, just as a expectation for the next meeting, should we have a presentation from the technical expert from Mr. Lynch's from his team, or are we just going to review? Do you think we should just review the letter in isolation? So I guess maybe, and it's a question for you, Mr. Lynch, too. Do you have any preference? Do you have any expectation that?
Well, in my discussions with Mary Rose, it was under the understanding that pending any recommendations from the city engineer would just be presented to the agency, and then it would be approved administratively. So Mary Rose, you may want to jump in on that. Whatever you're going to want, we'll comply with.
Through you, Mr. Chair. It's the applicant's prerogative. Once we get the engineer's review, I've noted that there's some erosion controls that need to be enhanced to protect the site. Unfortunately, we don't have a plan that has the drainage and the erosion controls on the same sheet, so it's kind of hard to see. The wetlands over here, this track line here is the Iroquois gas pipeline.
Yes.
So we've
There's
got
an
a lot
easement
of
across the property. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So there's a lot of drainage here, and they're not going to cross that. I'm sorry, there's a lot of grading here. And they're not going to cross onto the Iroquois easement. But if you look at this, is some seriously steep slopes here. And then if you come down to the erosion control plan, which unfortunately doesn't show you where they're grading, there's nothing protecting any breakout of these slopes here. So those are things that Mr. Podleski and I will review with Mr. Trinkus. I'm sure he'll be reasonable on understanding we want to protect the resource. We also have a large resource across the street. We want to make sure erosion, stormwater that's proposed here, that this single line of erosion control on a very steep slope that's going to have fill is sufficient. So we may or may not need Mr. Trinkus to present. We're not going to know that until the city engineer and Mr. Trinkus get together on any outstanding issues.
Right. So for the purposes of December 17th, why don't we leave it open that pending Greg's discussions with Mary Rose, if we need to have Steve here to make a presentation, certainly we'll comply with that.
Thank you. Just wanted to be proactive. I know Mr. Gradwell, Mr. Field are probably accustomed to seeing an overview. I know maybe you guys have a thought, but do you have any strong preference?
Buddy, you have some preferences on this one, buddy? I know I do.
I think we just wait for all the reports to come back, from
Mhm.
the city engineer and the engineer that's working on the project.
Yeah, I would definitely like to hear from the engineer who designed this project about, how the water's managed on the site and how it could impact the resources downstream of the site.
Yeah.
It's pretty aggressive development on the site just by looking at the layout here. I'd like to hear how the water will be managed and how it be managed safely and environmentally friendly.
Mr. Chairman, I have a comment.
Yes, Mr.
I
Connor.
had a quick look at this plan. I don't see a single place where they're going to push snow. Is
Mayor Rose,
is there any?
There is no snow plan at this time. We will request a snow plan.
Yeah, because this is a pretty tight, extensive amount of units there, and then you're gonna have a lot of snow.
Might have to be hand shoveled.
Well,
Looks tight.
snow blowers.
Snow blowers.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly plausible. Okay, yeah. So, any other initial thoughts that you want to share with Mayor Rose? Anyone else?
Buddy's more familiar with this type of situation than I, but I mean, that's one big thing.
Yeah, I would just wait for the engineer's comments. Because there could be a lot of things that they could address at that point once the two engineers
Oh
get
yeah, I
together.
agree.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree as well. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Black. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so I think, Mr. Lynch, we have received the application this evening.
Yep.
Look forward to the next conversation, and thanks for coming before us.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Okay, Mayor Rose. Next on the agenda is item E2. Please introduce this one.
Alrighty. Item E2 is 250068. It's 44 Settlers Ridge Road. It's a proposal by the Willises for an in-ground pool with a pervious paper patio. They'd like to use a portion of the excavated material from the pool to level some of the rear yard. There's a gentle slope on the site that you can see in the photos from my field walk, probably better here. And they need to legalize a shed that was on the property when they purchased it. So if we go back to the as-built plan, this was a development built in the mid to late 90s. And there's a little sawtooth of wetlands that comes onto this site. When the Willises put a fence on the property, they brought that fence forward. Unfortunately, our near map of the site doesn't doesn't have an accurate depiction of the property boundary. So the fence is actually about 7 feet from the rear property line. So this yellow line is probably back a little bit. Sometimes when you layer things on a GIS, they don't land exactly where they should. They're good in the center. They start to fall off on the edges. And on this side, the fence is about 15 feet from the edge of the property line. So the wetlands are back here and back here. The pool is proposed, this is the swing set. The pool is proposed from here to here with the pavers to go around the edges and come towards the house. The area they'd like to bring some fill in to level the pool is roughly around here. And this is the shed that's been there. I've gone back to aerials from 2005. The shed's been there since 2005. So I can pop back to their plan. I also did a sketch to try to make it all work. I spoke to their surveyor, Joey Codaspoti, who had pinned the corners of the property, but didn't actually, and put the pool on, but he did not actually survey the fence location. So the fence location's not on the plan. 1 second. Sorry, need to stop share.
Just while we have a second, if Mr. Fiore, if you can mute your line, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Okay.
So this is the Codaspoti plan with the wetlands here and here. Blue line is an approximation of the fence location, approximation of the shed. Mr. Codaspoti put the pool on the plan, and they've since decided to put pavers on. So this would be a pervious paver patio. As you can see, the yard slopes from left to right. So they'd like to use some of the excavated material to level off the pool. the area around the pool. This evening we have Mr. Fiore from the pool company and Rosanna Willis, who is the property owner.
Great, thanks, Mary Rose. Miss, is it Miss or Ms. Willis? Whichever. Mrs. Willis.
Whichever you'd like.
Yeah, Mrs. Willis, thank you. Thanks for coming before us. This
Yes.
looks like we've got some good information here from your team. Is there anything that you want to say at the onset of the call or this meeting that Mary Rose may not have mentioned or that you want to amplify?
No, I feel like she covered the details. Obviously, Mary Rose and I have chatted and she's spoken at length with Dave Fiore, who is the contractor that will be installing the pool. So Dave, I might defer to you to see if there's anything that you would cover that Mary Rose has not, given that you obviously have more of the details here.
Great. Go ahead, Mr. Fiore.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, on the actual diagram.
Sorry, but can you just state your name and address for the record?
Oh, sorry. Dave Fiore, Fiore Custom Pools, 260 Quinnipiac Ave, North Haven, Connecticut. Question was on some of the fill from the actual pool. My expectations, if allowed, would be where the existing pool, where the pool is on the plan, to the left, to the left of that pool, the end of the pool, in that area right about here, somewhere back here, right where that end of that patio, that fill would go in that corner somewhere right here. Up top a little further. Yeah,
Right around here.
Yes.
So the question, Mary Rose, is whether or not fill can be placed there. Is that the question?
The question before you this evening is approval of the pool, which is about, I think, 25 feet approximately from the wetland line, understanding the wetland's on the other side of a fence now. The paver patio, which is about 5 feet closer, placement of the fill, and to legalize the shed since we're here anyway.
Okay. And just for clarification, this evening we can request additional information. We can require a full application, or we can approve the pre-application as a jurisdictional ruling or deny the pre-application. What's the prerogative of the agency?
My prerogative is jurisdictional ruling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I agree. I don't see anything challenging here.
Yep, agreed.
Sounds
Agree
good.
with that, Mr. Chair.
Somebody want to make a motion? Don't be bashful.
Yeah, I'll make that motion, Mr. Chair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll second.
Mr. Gradwell and Ms. Alvo seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Lisa, roll call vote.
Dan Bedecker,
Aye.
Renji Bahav,
Aye.
Brian Black,
Aye.
Jim Connors. Was that a yes, Jim?
Yes.
Nick Ritchie,
Aye.
Julie Valvo,
Aye.
Buddy Field,
Aye.
Ray Gradwell,
Aye.
Brenda Magnin.
Aye. The motion carries. Mrs. Willis and Mr. Fiore, good luck with the project. Just work through the office to get the jurisdictional ruling. Thanks for coming before us. Have a great holiday season.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.
Just some feedback still. Okay, should be gone. Okay, next up is consideration of the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve those as distributed?
I second that.
Who said it?
I did, Jim.
Okay, got it.
And I said the second it.
Got
Great.
it.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Lisa, roll call vote.
Dan Bedecker,
Aye.
Renji Bahav,
Aye.
Brian Black,
Aye.
Jim Connors, Nick Ritchie,
Aye.
Julie Valvo,
I abstain.
Buddy Field,
Aye.
Ray Gradwell,
Aye.
Brenda Magnin.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Thanks, Lisa, for those. And Mary Rose? Mary Rose, staff report.
Righty. Letters have gone out from the mayor's office to those members whose terms are expiring, asking if you're still interested in being considered, I guess, as a commissioner. Please respond either by phone, email, or letter, so that they know to add you to the Board of Aldermen agenda for January 5th, when they will do reappointments. Other than that, we've been pretty busy in the office with a bunch of little things, and I've been working a lot on flood and FEMA things. The riparian buffers group that I talked about at the last meeting is still meeting. Their next meeting will be, I think, the 10th, to discuss whether to add riparian buffers into the wetlands regulations or the zoning regulations, and how they will go about doing that. They have listening sessions if you'd like to attend and listen to those. They're also on tape. Those links are in my notes. Other than that, if you have any questions on the two projects we have before us that you'd like to have answered, if you happen to look at things over the weekend or whatever, and you want something answered before the next meeting, if you can just give me a call or email it to me, and we'll try to get those all settled so we can work on those on the 17th. We will be having a meeting on the 17th. And if you're unable to attend, please let me know.
Any questions for Mary Rose?
No.
Okay, moving on to Chair's report. Thanks everyone for your participation this evening. As Mary Rose said, we have our next meeting coming up, our last scheduled meeting for the year, December 17th, in 2 weeks. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
You have it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? No, there's no discussion on that motion. I forget that. Old new tricks. Lisa, roll call vote.
Dan Bedecker,
Aye.
Ranjit Bahav,
Aye.
Brian Black,
Aye.
Jim Connors, Nick Ritchie,
Aye.
Julie Valvo,
Aye.
Buddy Field,
Aye.
Ray Gradwell,
Aye.
Brenda Megan.
Aye, the motion carries. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Thanks,
Good
Thank you,
night,
everybody.
Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
evening.
Have a good night.
Have we ever had anything under a half an hour?
No.
Yes,
Not
yes,
very
we
long
had
time.
It's been a
than that.
long time, right?
I feel like I was on like one of them speed dating sites.
That's what we're trying to do.
I'm sure the next one won't be this short.
No.
Take
We will
care.
do our best to
Everybody.
get it
Bye.
there.
I'll have
Talk to you